Hello, hobby people. It's that time of year again where we talk about the minis that we painted this year, but what if we didn't do that? What if we talked about the minis that we almost finished and why they're not done? I will show you the minis that I finished at the end of the video in like a slideshow or something, but that is not why we're here. Starting off the list with the mini that has been on my to-finish shelf for the longest, this poor little orc boy. This is something from my own collection that I was going to add to a commission war wagon that I got. And I started painting him. I really enjoy the way that he was turning out, and I still do, but unfortunately there was no room for him where I needed to put him on the display, so he remains unfinished. These little guys are Dwarf Warriors from Yet Hero Models, and they are some of the cutest little friggin'... I love these things. I have a bunch of them. Unfortunately, I just got distracted midway through painting a display for these guys, and they have been holding down the to-do shelf ever since. And moving right along, we actually have another part of that display, which is the General. I did actually complete the commander for this army, the Queen. She's the dwarf that has the two axes and the blue hair. I finished her a long time ago. Unfortunately, her army is not as fortunate, and they remained in disarray and partially painted states. I really enjoyed the way that the white fur came out, and I think this was really a revolutionary piece for me as far as fur goes. I think it helps set the pace for other things that I would paint this year. Next we have a 75mm piece from Yet Hero Models. This was actually a gift to me. I love this model, I really do, and I wanted to really give my first crack at kind of an OSL atmospheric lighting with the moonlight from the back and a kind of firelight from the front. And unfortunately I stopped painting her because I saw a shiny new mini and had to start on a new project. This guy is a 75mm dwarf that I actually got off Etsy, and he has been on the shelf probably the second longest out of everything. I started painting him. I love the color scheme. I love the wood shield incorporated to all the metal armor. And, you know, I love the base that I built for him, like an old staircase in a mine. Unfortunately, he came upon the same fate, and I got distracted. This is another model from Yet Hero, actually. There's a pattern here. I really like Yet Hero Models. This is the Goblin Queen. And I used her, I painted that tabard that she has, or the standard rather, for a leather tutorial. And while I did start to throw paint on the rest of it because I felt guilty, I really just wanted to paint her because of the standard, and that's probably all she's going to see for a while. Moving right along, this is one of her minions actually. I'm experimenting on this guy a little bit with different skin tones and stuff like that. I'm going to sculpt him a cloak and turn him into a goblin rogue. There's a few miniatures on this list that are going to be part of a greater display, and he is one of them. Moving right along to another miniature that's going to be included on that display is a Orc Barbarian female, and she is absolutely badass. I painted her strictly because of her weapon, and that is the only reason. I'm just kidding, look at that. She is cheeked up. That is ridiculous. But she's an awesome character, and I'm super excited for the display that I have planned for her and the other miniatures included in that, and we will be revealing that hopefully in 2024. I really hope to get this finished. I'm going to push for that this year. I did not paint many Space Marines this year. I'm just going to be honest. I like them. I love the lore. They're not my favorite thing to paint. This goes with the Emperor's Spears chaplain that I painted and converted. I did sculpt on the front of this shield here a little trident looking thing that you can see kind of on the front there. But I stopped painting this guy mainly because that baby blue armor is just an absolute pain in the butt for me to get to look right. This is pure laziness. I got this guy from my local hobby store out of the used section. I reprimed him and I started painting, and I grabbed this guy strictly because I enjoyed the pose he was in, and I thought that the mask that he's wearing would look really cool if it was a kind of like a blue steel sort of mask, and I think it contrasts the copper armor really well. Unfortunately, laziness has just stopped me from painting him. This guy will probably never see another drop of paint. I needed to practice bones and skull paint, and so that's what I did. I really only needed him for that top piece, and he's probably just going to hang out on my desk forever. This is my show mini for this year. This is the mini that I am poured my heart and soul into, and this is hopefully going to be a competition piece for me. I really pulled out all the stops on this guy, and I hope it shows. I hope you guys enjoy the piece. Everything that's black, obviously, still has yet to be painted, and he remains unfinished, even with the push to get him done by the end of the year, but really my showpiece mini for this year. Up next, we have a Taurus model from Yet Hero Models. This is the distraction piece from my competition mini this year. This was the mini that I was kind of using to clear my head. I was going to just throw some paint on it, try some things, and it ended up being a little bit of my favorite that I ended up doing this year. What with the purple cloth that I've almost painted none of this year. Super fun miniature to paint, and I really like Yet Hero. But that is the list of miniatures that remain partially painted and in various states of disarray. I will post the ones that I finished. I hope you guys enjoy.